I'm Matthew, and I am the COO. This is Zach, our CFO, and Lifestyle, our CEO. 1 in 4 teens consider themselves. 1 in 4 teens consider themselves to be lonely. So, if you have 4 kids, then one of them will likely consider themselves to be lonely. Our very own CEO has a personal experience, and I'm going to let her explain this to you.
Okay, so as Matthew stated, I just happen to have a very personal connection on mission. During COVID, me and my family lived in a different state, and we decided to move back here to be closer to other families in the current state of the world. And COVID left me feeling very stressed, anxious, and lonely, and it got pretty bad to the point that I needed to be homeschooled for the majority of my middle school years. During that time, I'm very grateful to say that my parents have provided me so many resources to get me that, so thank you so much, parents, love you. And it was really great and very helpful to the point where I'm now in public high school and I'm doing really great. And even though I'm doing really great, I still have to cope with some of the things from my past. So think of your child and all they've gone through and all they've overcome to get to where they are today. You might not fully understand everything they've been through, and you might not fully understand everything they're going through right now, but sometimes giving them a place to get out of their head can really be the best thing. So that's why me, Zach, and Matthew created Cuddles, so your teen never has to be stuck in their head again.
Meet Sophia. She goes to school in Baltimore, Maryland. She has 2 loving parents and a younger brother. Both of her parents have a full-time job, so it created a rift in her family, which led her to be trapped in her own head and move.
So we were able to gain some valuable insights from our customer interviews. First being that many people deal with their loneliness in negative ways, such as you can see, 50% of people we interviewed sleep or cry when they feel lonely, which is obviously not ideal. So we're trying to prevent this by allowing people to go to a safe space almost that would allow them to deal with their loneliness in a better way.
So, as Zach briefly stated before, we do plan to provide a safe space to the teens of Baltimore County with cuddly animals, snacks to get you through a great study session, but as well as a place to make friends, hang out, and get away from the daily stresses of life.
So it's a unique idea because we're catering mostly towards teens and socialization, but in the DC metro area, there are other competitors, which are just general cat cafes in that you go, you buy some food, you pet some cats, but there's no real purpose to it. It's not really accomplishing a goal except for recreation. So there's Crumbs and Whiskers Cafe, which is just in DC, and then there's other cat cafes that also offer additional services like yoga or private parties or things like that, who charge additional fees for things like that.
So our marketing strategy will be predominantly through social media. Whether you guys like it or not, we are teens and we do communicate through social media. So we will predominantly be using Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, maybe even Facebook. But of course we'll have a website and use word of mouth to get our business out to you guys.
So for our revenue model, we're hoping to use mainly subscription-based way of going about this. So hopefully the parent would sign their kid up for the subscription and they would be able to go whenever we're open after school. And you can almost view it like an extracurricular, whereas parents already spend so much money on extracurriculars. This would give their kids just a space for kids who maybe don't play sports, aren't involved in theater, things like that. So if you are willing to subscribe for longer periods of time, you can lower the price. And we do have a one-time fee if you would like to have a trial of maybe what the cafe is like and how we're able to benefit you. But that's hopefully, we're more relying on the subscription.
So our mission at Cuddles & Co. is to connect lonely teens with socially deprived animals to create a community that uplifts one another.
So for our Jewish value, we chose loving all of God's creations, and that we really play into that because we have animals who are socially deprived and need love and affection, and we have teens who maybe want to make some more friends, need some social interaction. So we're able to combine all of those things into one concept where we are having everyone being every one of God's creations benefiting from this. Also, we have welcoming guests where we are inviting a lot of people into our space, and we're hoping that they're all able to benefit.
Next steps. We hope to have a brick and mortar place to set up so we can have a concrete area so we don't have to move around. We have a website being created currently, and we also hope to be able to host events such as birthday parties, school-wide events, community events, really to bring in teens and hopefully help them feel better about themselves, help them meet new people, get schoolwork done. Basically just an after-school area for kids to be more productive.
Thank you so much. We hope to see you in our future. Amazing job, guys. Super excited about this. Let's hear from you guys.
So I have a question. I know you have it, this is a subscription-based. Do you see being able to make any revenue off of food, or, you know, or you think that subscription-based is going to be the sole source of what's going to thrive here?
Well, it won't be the sole source per se, but we both sell snacks and things like that. But for the purpose of this to provide our main income source, it would be subscription-based. But also we're hoping to implement things like dog walking, where we take neighborhood, like people who would pay a dog walker in our neighborhoods and things, and we are willing to walk their dogs for them, give them something to do all day, like, and give them interaction with other humans, and people would pay us for that too.
Great.
I just love this. All current research supports that this is a really big problem in our society, especially kids who lived through the pandemic. And my question is, are there opportunities to incorporate like service hours for students?
Yes, so when we were forming our idea, that was one of our first additions that we thought. That is currently in the works, so that's something we would love to add because service hours is a great thing, and why not make it more fun and easy? So yes.
To add to what Alexa said, we were thinking about having kids volunteer from schools to help staff, so the three of us wouldn't be the only ones running it.
I thought it was a wonderful presentation. Thank you for sharing your story. That was really cool to hear. I wondered where you were planning on getting the animals from, if you were planning on partnering with like SPCA or one of the local animal shelters.
So we also are still looking into that, but we have looked at SPCA, we looked at the Baltimore Humane Society. I personally have 2 rabbits, so I have connections to the Rabbit Health Society.
What are they saying? What are the SPCA saying to you?
We're saying we're pretty interested, but they just need to work through things and
And do you have? You sort of sound like you might have a location. Do you have a location, and do you know anything about the zoning issues of having animals and people together?
So we're trying to essentially start with pop-up events, whereas we're not going to go straight into a brick and mortar store. So we would use accessible spaces to us now, maybe strolls. We haven't necessarily looked into zoning laws yet, but we're hoping to bring animals from the Humane Society or wherever we are getting the animals from to a free space to essentially test the law.